one. My expectations were sky high because I saw what he did as the defensive coordinator that year in recruiting, and that linebacker class was outstanding in 2022, on paper at least. Some of the guys moved positions and whatnot, but
yeah,
it was outstanding. I mean, he gets to Notre Dame and they steal Tyson Ford from Oklahoma. Jury's still out of Tyson Ford, but still on paper, it's like, man, my expectations could not have been too much higher. I'm like, man, now I get Marcus Freeman on both sides of the ball. Heck, I remember the Notre Dame fans on our message board were like, hey, Mike, can we get Marcus, when he was DC, can we get him to recruit offense for us? I'm like, no, it's not really how it works. But hey, he even helped, Notre Dame get a Emil Wagner, when before Brian Kelly left. So my expectations were pretty darn high. And I would say they have been met. If for me to say that my expectations have been exceeded, it would be like, all right, they started to sign like top 5 classes according to the On3 industry team ranking. They haven't done that, but when you look at Notre Dame, again, according to the On3 industry rankings, which uses all of the sites, Notre Dame signed 3 top 10 classes in 22, 23, and 24. Yeah, Brian Kelly never did that. Brian Kelly never even signed back-to-back top 10 classes. It was 04 to 06 or 06 to 08. I can't remember. That was the last time Notre Dame did back-to-back-to-back. And I think this ranking goes back to the early 2000s. So, and that's in Freeman's first 3 cycles, John. So it's just a metric. It's just a data point. But to answer your question directly, I would say, yeah, my expectations that were high have been met. I mean, they're landing players that I don't think they would have landed with Brian Kelly. And then I think they're doing a better job of those 3-star guys that you're going to have to take at Notre Dame. I think they're doing a better job
evaluating
with the 3-star guys they're taking. Yeah.
Yeah. Mike, what you got on that?
2 thoughts. You just said something, Singer. We're getting guys that we wouldn't have under Brian Kelly. Could you, if it's within bounds, what players did we get in maybe 2024 that we wouldn't have got under Brian Kelly that we did under a Marcus Freeman and Chad Bowden too? We'd be remiss if we didn't talk about that as I buy you some time. Yeah. And then I also want to talk about like who are the most important players in this 2024 class. Sorry for the 3 questions back to back to back.
Okay. I missed the sec. Oh, okay. So I don't think they land Kingston. I just have a hard time seeing them land him. Now, that kid should be going to Notre Dame, but I don't think Notre Dame lands Kingston Filiamu-Wasa. Do they land CJ Carr? Probably. But I don't know. Okay. Because Tommy Rees did a good job there, but so did Freeman, so did Bowden. Now, if it's just Brian Kelly's staff and it's just Rees doing a good job, does he commit? I don't know. No way in heck they're getting Kedron Young out of Lufkin, Texas, I feel like.
Why not? Why not? Fans want to know. Why not? Why wouldn't put in the time or the geography? What is it?
I don't know if they offer him because it's a kid from Lufkin, Texas, a small town in Texas, with offers from Texas, Texas A&M, Texas Tech, Baylor, all of the big programs in that state. I don't even know if they offer him. And then the work to get him, Dylan McCullough is a fantastic recruiter. When you were a Super Bowl champion with the modern day dynasty in the NFL, like that carries a ton of weight. So running back recruiting is in a really good spot. And even though like in the 2025 class, I don't have super highly ranked commits and Justin Thurman and Daniel Anderson, like they're guys that's like, all right. I mean, Dylan McCullough's track record, if he's going after him, you kind of believe in that a little bit. Do they land a Gerby Lambert? Would they put, because that recruitment was work. That was work. There was a period from June to when he committed, finally announced his commitment in September. It was like, all right, are you committing? Like, what are you doing? I think that was a lot of work to finally push Notre Dame over that line. I don't know if they get Gerby Lambert. If this is a Brian Kelly ran program, he might have just have been like, you know what, let's just go to Boston College, stay close at home, or let's go to Harvard, that elite academic school. I'll give you the one that I probably feel most strongly about in this is Tay Johnson. Mike, one of your dangle the carrot kids, I think, that you
Okay.
talk about all the time, you've been telling me for years. I think that they probably would have given up on Tay Johnson, just, with some of those academic hurdles, that, like Tay worked to get into Notre Dame. And round of applause for Tay to get that
I love
done.
that.
I don't know if Tay John, if
Wait a
Brian Kelly
second.
staff would have
Okay.
given up.
So what are the big differences here then of you just rattled off a half dozen guys? They wouldn't put in the effort here, this and that. Is that all driven from Freeman's vision of being like, I don't care if it's extra work. We're going to go after these guys and see if their Notre Dame fits and it's not an excuse or whatever. Like what is causing the difference in approach now? Is that just Freeman's personality is the engine that drives it, and then everybody's got to get on board to be on the staff? Like, why is there such a stark difference?
I think
get on the jet.
If you're looking at like a beautiful Corvette, man, that is a great looking car, right? That's Freeman. Freeman is that beautiful, the outside of that car. But the engine that's driving it all, to me, is Bowden. I think that recruiting office is flying.
Yeah.
And they all love each other in that recruiting office. Like I really think that that group gets along. Carter Almond, Dre Brown, Caleb Davis, who's now at Troy with Parker. I think those guys really got along. And I think Bowden gives, like, Freeman has the vision that goes down to Bowden. And then Bowden now says, okay, Freeman, here's what you got to do with your vision.
Yeah.
And that goes to the assistants as well.